Alright, so let's continue with this phrase, bukuchi. So, in the last video we went over the stroke order. So, I guess to clear that up, at least I'll go more into detail on why it is how it is. So, I kind of went into detail for bu, but for this one, you might wonder why you can't draw at least this box shape right here. Why can't you just do that? That's a reasonable question, right? But in Chinese, most of the characters are written from top to bottom and left to right. So this would be bottom to top, right? Bottom to top, at least like this downward stroke right here. So instead, we have to write it from top to bottom. And the same with the horizontal. We don't draw it like this, but instead we draw it like this way. So we have that, we have top to bottom, and we have left to right. Same top to bottom again. And that's why you draw it like that and not like upward this way. It's more of a downstroke. So I hope that clarifies that right there. In case you were wondering why you couldn't just connect them in one motion by just drawing upside down rather than breaking up into like two movements, like down this way and then side down. But that's just the proper stroke order. So if you want to follow the proper stroke order, you can draw it like that. Um, and I think, yeah, that probably clears that up. Yeah, now I'll just go into detail on bukuchi because you might be wondering why, for your welcome, you have three words like this, and I'll just go into detail on the meanings of the three words separately and how together they form your welcome. So, alright, so let's do this again. So, bu. So we have bu right here. Ke in red. So bu was actually, let me do this. Bu is actually not, like we know from here, it means not. Ke, ke actually means, usually it's used as guest. It can have multiple meanings, but it's, mostly it's used as a guest. And chi, chi actually means air. So you might wonder how um, air has anything to do at all with you're welcome. But hopefully my explanation will help you guys out. So, um, let me just start with ke for now. So, ke, I don't think I tell you guys ren yet, but ke ren means, really means guest. This is just like the first portion, but the proper form of guest or customer, so this could mean guest or customer. Hang on, let me search the pen so you guys don't get confused. So we have Kurin. Oh, there's my pen. Alright, so there's a Ku. And if we add this Ren right here, Ren, R-E-N, this actually means people. People or person. It doesn't matter. And this is guest or customer. So Ku was guest or customer. Customer. So Kurin, so together, hang on, Kurin, together this means guest or customer because you're talking about a guest and who's a person. So that's why it's a customer. Ke by itself, it just symbolizes guest. But you still have to say that, you still have to add the second word person to say that that this person is a guest. That it's a customer or a guest. So, I don't know, hopefully that makes sense. It might not, because right now we don't really, I haven't really taught you guys enough vocabulary for you guys to understand these phrases. Because that's the hard thing about Chinese. Different, there's so many words that one sound can make. And even in the words by themselves, they have multiple meanings when they're combined with other words, which is why it's, I guess, such a hard language to learn. Not only do you have to know the the vocabulary and stuff like that. But like not just under, it's not just hard to understand and speak it, but also um, the writing too. Like you have all these random strokes that make up a word. I mean, they're not random, like they stand for like the pictograph or something like that, but it's not as straightforward as English where you have like the alphabetical system where when something's spelled out, if you know the pronunciation of every single um, letter, you can sound it out, you know. But that's not the same thing with Chinese. There's more memorization, which makes it a hard language to learn. But hopefully I can help you guys out with that. So, um, yeah, I'll explain to you guys these two combined what this means. So if we have ke qi, ke qi, these two actually together, so just these two separately, this actually means polite. So these together form polite. So I'm trying to put myself in your guys' shoes right now, like learning it. It probably makes no sense, but if you think about it, like guests and air, like being polite, it's like the way you treat your guests, I guess. So if you're saying someone's coochie, you're saying that they're being really polite. And I guess how this is derived is because you would usually be polite to your guests. So how I like to think of it is like you're having like this aura or this air of um, treating your guests, which makes you polite. So because usually you would want to treat your guests with by being polite. So to be a good host, I guess. Um, yeah, hopefully that makes sense, but probably doesn't for now. But let's just go back to the word bukochi because that's what I really want you guys to take away from here. Um, so yeah, bukochi. So if someone said 谢谢 to you, so in the last lesson we learned thank you or thanks. I'm about to do this in red. Thanks was 谢谢 was that. So I mean, if you think about it, even like the word thanks, there's so much, it's so different, you know? Like in English, you can just use one word and say thanks, but in Chinese, you say 谢谢 rather than just say 谢. So there's just a big difference, I guess, between the Chinese language and, or I guess Mandarin and English. So, but yeah, you would respond with 不客气. So just practice that for now. Just trying to get into the habit of writing these phrases together, whether it's 谢谢 or 不客气. But going into detail about the actual meaning right now, I know it doesn't make sense at all, but I promise you guys that as the videos go through and as we learn more vocabulary and as we combine these words with other words that we can use, it'll definitely make a lot more sense, and that's when everything will come together. But for now, just practice these. I don't want to confuse you guys any more than um, you guys are probably already completely confused. But yeah, just practice these words for now and just try using them and just get used to um, saying them and writing them. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys for right now. I'll see you guys in the next video. All right.